Welcome in, welcome in. About to do a quick little breakdown. Well, it won't be quick. This video definitely won't be quick. Just gonna share a little behind the scenes of what it takes to pretty much get a design such as this right here. I mean, just the layout alone takes a couple of hours, you know, to pretty much to draw and fabricate. You know, on this particular RC body, you know, you have to pretty much just format everything to where it won't look sloppy, you know, it won't look like it's crammed up. You know, that's the first objective, is to identify, you know, where you want to do your drawings, you know, on paint these particular RC bodies. And just getting it to where the print can come out clean and satisfied. So right now we have a design that was requested by a customer, and he gave me the image of this Stone Cold sign right here with the skull. So I had to draw it on the body first. He also wanted the barbed wire. Pretty much going all around the body. So had to draw that up and come up with the best type of drawing for the barbed wire as well. So now that we got the illustration pretty much on this body, the next step is liquid mask. I use the spastic liquid mask. Several more particular brands out there, but this is the brand that I particularly use and is most comfortable with. Now, if you're new to using liquid mask, with this particular liquid mask, what I would recommend is just making sure that when you pouring this content, and I'm not sure if you use a HVP spray gun like myself, and pouring into the this is what I'm talking about right here. When you pouring into this little container, you want to make sure it's not thick. You might have to dilute it with a little water, and just of course shake real well. You know, it should, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it should be not runny, but you know, you want it to pour. It shouldn't be thick like pancake mix. You know what I mean? Trying to give you a good description of how to properly use this when applying it to a body. Okay, so I use about 4 layers of just spraying it. I like the HVLP gun because it first of all, it doesn't allow you to overuse the liquid mask. It sprays the perfect amount. I mean, it covers it as you spray, and that's how you want to do it. You just, it's almost like spray paint. You just go from surface to surface until it's covered up, and then you just make sure. And when you're applying it, you will see, because it comes out as a white mist. When you spray it on, it comes on as a white mist, and once it dries, I mean, it looks like this. I'm not sure if you can see the liquid mask up under it, but man, you can kind of see some of the bleed off. Like right here, you can kind of see how I kind of oversprayed and got a little bleed off right there. But that's fine. I mean, that's what I'm about to demonstrate in this video right now. Just showing you the behind the scenes on why this is such a great product. Because the process is longer, but the finishing results, I mean, it's beautiful. So anyway, I got about 4 layers of this liquid mask applied to this body. I began liquid masking this about maybe 3 o'clock yesterday. Right now it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So, between 3 o'clock all the way up to midnight last night, I began to apply my layers. Again, I have 4 layers of liquid mask, and it's not completely dry, but it's dry enough for me to go ahead and begin to carve the whole theme. So with your liquid mask, after you liquid mask, then of course the drawing occurs. Okay, after you draw your layout, then the X-Acto knife. A good knife, X-Acto knife, is very important. So now we have all that out the way. Now it's time to begin the process. This is where the fun begins. This is right now how your layout will come out crispy clean right here. Let's begin. Sometimes you have to get deep into it. You might have to plant your head in the inside of it, and you just begin to carve. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm just going along the lines, and this is how you turn your image into a stencil. Now, in the process of doing this, you again just want to be very careful that you're using the knife as pleasant as you can, because the cut is all in the motion of your wrist and your fingertips. Just making sure that I stay precise on the line. Now I would just start, like on a picture like this, I do the outside and I work my way in. Again, it's all about being comfortable. Just being comfortable. You have to build the nerve. It's not gonna say it's the easiest thing to do, but for me, it's relaxing. It's definitely worth the wait. And like I said, the liquid masking, it just, to me, it's just so much more cleaner. Okay, so now I have cut around the edges of the whole outline of the skull. I mean, you probably can't see that little finish right there, that little finish edge. But anyway, right now, if I wanted to peel this whole masking out, I would just begin to insert my X-Acto knife right here, and I would just peel that layer out, and all of that would just be exposed. But since I have so many areas to carve out, because I don't want to expose like the nose and the eyes to certain tones that I will be applying with the airbrush. So I have to do everything that you see that's black. I have to carve with this X-Acto knife. So I'm not gonna do the whole video because of course it's gonna take me a couple of hours to do this. But yeah, it's some work involved in liquid masking, but again, it's pleasing. It's definitely worth the job when the finished product is completed. And again, I always start off with the base outline. Even when doing like a sketch as this, you just want to be extremely careful when going into curves. You have to reposition the X-Acto knife so you can stay on the line. So yeah, I've heard a bunch of people say how they tried liquid mask and it just wasn't for them, and and that's understandable as well. Some people feel comfortable with taping and masking with the masking tape, and find that to be more pleasant and desirable. But guess what? With me, oh my God, I cannot stand masking with the tape. I mean, I can't take it. It's every time I've had to use the tape, the masking tape, nothing against the masking tape. Again, it's all about preference. It's all about being comfortable and whatever you're used to. But oh my God, masking with tape with me, it just never comes out clean. Even when I think it's gonna come out clean, once I begin to remove that tape, I always have bleed offs, and paint always go through them. I even I called myself thinking it was the masking tape that wherever I purchased it from. Nothing against, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, places like that, but those jobs were coming out so bad. I was thinking it was with the product of where I was buying it from. So I would even go to the depth as buying the most expensive masking tape I could buy, and still was very unsuccessful with the masking. So that's just my little story with masking. Again, I've seen plenty jobs turn out extremely well with the masking of tape. I'm just one of them that never performs good with the masking of tape. But to each his own. To each its own. Okay, so I have I'm doing like the little small prints to where I will be adding highlights to this skull. So again, just like with masking the other tape, you certain parts of the illustration you just want to remain covered so you can tone other positions of the illustration. So that's basically what this is all about. And also, a good light, a good backlight, type tablet light, rather, whatever you want to call it. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. This is a cheap version right here. It was like $19, I was actually shopping over the weekend and had to get some material for this particular layout right here, and I was in one of my craft stores and came across some nice table lights, tablet lights rather, and so I'm gonna reinvest later on. Maybe if this one start acting up, and my next one will be even better than this one. Has 3 different shades of light that you can apply, from brightest to not so bright. Have 3 shades of brightness you can apply. So this is basically all that you do. Of course, if I hadn't applied the right amount of liquid mask, this job would be a disaster. I mean, if you rush it and only do a portion of the liquid masking, you will spend hours trying to peel the layers off. If it doesn't have the right coating, it won't peel evenly. So some layers will come off, and then once it get thin, it'll tear, it'll break off, and oh my God, that's you're talking about a headache. So some people say, yo, you don't need nothing but 3 layers. 3 layers will get the job done. I always do 4. I mean, it's just if I'm wasting it, hey, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Like I said, I've had those jobs to where it didn't break, it didn't tear easy. You know, even if it looks and feel like the right amount is applied, I would still spray another layer just to be on the safe side. Because again, I have had those situations to where I thought it was ready and it wasn't ready at all. And the peeling was a nightmare, because once you start the peeling effect, I mean, you're done. I mean, you might can try to clean it up a little bit with again, the masking tape. I have had little small issues to take place, and I've had to use, you know, the masking tape to kind of back me up, you know, the smaller errors. So it's give and take. It's give and take. But again, this is highly recommended on my end. This is how I spray and design all of my bodies. I am also working on new techniques as far as doing transparent images, which is kind of turning out pretty good for me. Not sure if you all well, if you remember that I just did a Fred Sanford theme for a customer and a Red Fox rather theme. That was a transparent image, and a Call of Duty theme required from a customer as well. Now that particular Call of Duty theme, it had a couple of transparent images, and it had some drawing illustrated as well. So that particular customer got the best of both worlds. I'm most comfortable with drawing, but unfortunately I'm not that talented to can't draw or airbrush to certain perfections of people requests. So right now, if I get a request of a job that's a little bit beyond my illustration, my drawing, then I would begin the transfer images. Again, that takes a certain amount of work as well. It's definitely not something that you can just easily tap into. It takes time to learn and understand how certain things work together. And again, anytime you're applying images to a RC body in particular, you already know whatever image that you're applying, you have to do it in reverse, because as you see, I'm carving this illustration out from the inside, but the finishing product will be looked on the outside. So you have to keep all that in mind as well, that everything that you apply to an RC body, when it comes to the image and the paintings, in your mind, you have to reverse it, because that's basically what you're doing. You're transferring everything in reverse. So again, don't be shy. Try it. I even tell my customers, some of my customers, they have skills to paint and do certain jobs themselves, and I tell them, I encourage them, try it. You never know. You might be the one. But at the same time, you have to have a love for it too. So, but I just want to break down what it actually takes to do certain bodies, certain themes. Of course, all bodies are not designed the same, so just got to be mindful of the project, if it's for yourself or you may be working on some projects for other people yourself. It's just all in the comfortability of your confidence. That's really where it's at. So I'm almost done with I'm on the teeth images of the skull. And again, like I said, it's very important that you use the X-Acto knife with the comfortability of your fingertips and your wrists. This is very important. This is what a job of liquid mass can break you or make you. It broke me several times. But I started off with simple jobs for myself. That's basically how I became comfortable with it. I did watch a few YouTube videos, as is, the one that I'm making now. I did watch several YouTube videos from different people out there on the internet who were demonstrating and giving me confidence the same to just branch off and just try it. So that's what I began to do with just certain images I was trying to perform. It's all about staying on the line. Staying on that line. And of course, with airbrushing, it's totally different as well, because you have to learn true skill when it comes to that airbrushing. how to apply the paint, you know, how not to over spray certain areas when doing your tones, your shadows. It's a lot that goes into it, but again, practice make perfect, and that's how you build your confidence, by practicing. I know everybody don't have the patience to do this. I know, not just patience, but even time, because once I get done with this particular layout, a layout like I've been promoting and demonstrating throughout my painting season, majority of the bodies that I put out, those are not overnight, you know, paintings. You know, it takes sometime a week, 2 weeks, you know, depending on my work schedule, my career work schedule. So I'm just looking at the cut. I'm not sure if you can see the in between. Probably can't see it, but it's a nice little cut line between everything that I've cut. So like I said, when I'm ready for this skull, this masking right here on this skull eye to come out, all I do is just go up underneath and just peel it off, and that whole area would be ready for me to give it whatever tone of paint that I want to give it. So yeah, it's again, like I said, it's you can definitely see it like that. I'm not yeah, that's right. If I lift up you see the cut, you can see the cuts way better now with that X-Acto knife. In the shadow, you can see the cuts. So basically that's what it is. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Messed up my little. There we go. Okay. So now that I have majority of the skull, I have all of the skull basically carved. So now I'm about to go start with my lettering. So again, now we're getting into the surface of the layout. You see how it goes into an oval positioning, which makes it difficult for you to carve. If I'm like this, if I have it in the horizontal, stance, it's way harder for me to to make that cut. So vertical, I would have to, it'll be best for me to make this initial carve right here by going vertical instead of horizontal. So like I said, it's just all about getting comfortable and familiar. So since I know that would be hard for me to get to, I'm gonna go ahead and start from that position. And again, it's just all about being comfortable. I say it's a longer process. It is a longer process. So, hey, to everybody out there that think it's just easy just to make those, those bodies just appear the way they appear. Oh, it takes some work. It takes some work. Some people may look at some of these bodies that's being presented all around the country as, why they charge this or why they charge that, And I'm nowhere near as good as some of these other companies that's more on the more professional side, that actually do this for a living. Some of those prices I've heard people heavily criticize, jobs of that nature, just because it's a RC body. That, trust me, it's some work that goes into it. It is some work that definitely goes into making these bodies look the way they do. But I love a challenge. Again, I love the art of bringing something to life. I even like a little bit of fabrication. So, again, this is relaxing to me. And I like learning. And with certain jobs like this, it definitely adds to my strength and ability. So now that I have that is taken care of, I go ahead and place it back horizontal, and I just proceed with my carving. I try to add these little clips to the before and after scene as well. If you follow me, you'll know that I would do a video and I would just kind of show the process of this layout, not me actually doing the job, but just show you the before and after. It's always a pleasure to see that final position, that last touch rather. Yeah, kind of didn't cut that even right there. So again, if you just so happen to, cause you can see it and you can feel it, tracing down the line is tracing down the line. So if you feel yourself take a small little left turn or small little right turn, of course, whenever you peel your layer, that's pretty much how it's going to turn out. And that's what I was saying earlier about the help of the masking tape. Sometimes you can correct it by applying some masking tape, and that would definitely give you a better chance at correcting your error. Remember, it's all about being comfortable. Sometimes you may have to lay your whole head inside this body just to perform and tackle the opposition. So it's all about getting comfortable and learning your abilities and your disabilities. Trust me, we all have them. We all have them, even the greatest. Even the greatest of whatever it is that they're great in. Everybody have those challenges. Just have to find out what works for you, what works best for you. I can already see this thing, coming out the way I would want and recommend. So I'm already getting excited. Which of course, like I said, it's not an overnight thing. Because once you begin the painting, you have to paint in layers, and this is one of those jobs that have it's a multiple paint. Multiple paints will be laid on this body, so you have to, in order to be successful when you doing multiple paints, you have to let that other paint cure before you can add another application. So again, back to the timing and the patience, like I'm having, like you're having. I know this video kind of boring, but the aftermath of it is so much more rewarding. Hopefully somebody pick up the confidence with liquid masking. You can catch liquid mask mainly at your local hobby store. I'm not gonna say every hobby store carries it, cause they don't. We have a couple of hobby stores here, local where I'm from, and only one hobby store stocks up the liquid masking in my area, so I always like to lift up my body, just kind of, sometimes it's easy to, especially by me talking, and I see I did skip one. Sometimes you can get just kind of caught in your groove, and before you know it, you have skipped the whole area. Now, let me tell you something. When doing that particular mistake right there, and you're already in the process of painting, man, that is a nightmare. That is a nightmare, because you've already laid your paint, and you come across a masking that you're tearing off, and it doesn't tear, or when it tears, it tears a whole layer of the product that you didn't want removed. So again, there's that old friendly masking tape situation. Oh my God, that burns me up every time I've done it. So patience, and mainly that's my issue, because again, I'm a fan of this as well. Like, I love the art, I love the finishing product. To see something plain just come to life. So sometimes I'm antsing myself. If I'm doing a body for myself, I have so many blemishes on my bodies, because I'd be so excited, wondering how it's gonna come out. And man, I just rush that thing. I would rush it and come across those little errors to where that old masking tape have to bail me out. Of course, you wouldn't notice them, but yeah, me, I notice them. So it's all about being patient. Just be patient. I will hope for this body. My plans is for this body to be completed before the night is over. But that might not be the case. It may take another touch that requires it to be done in the morning or tomorrow night. Again, I'm back in the vertical position because I just got to the other side of the, oh Lord, oh boy, you just witnessed an error. You just witnessed an error. Man, I hope I didn't scratch it too bad. Okay, so let me just break that down, what just happened. I just had the knife to just slip off. I was trying to go in the downward position and it slipped off and kind of caused a little tear. It's not bad, but you have those little issues that happen to you from time to time. Just try to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go back at it. And mainly it did that because I'm applying a lot of pressure, which you don't really have to just jab it. You don't have to just dig into it, but that's just kind of me. So if you heavy-handed like myself, from time to time you will make that error. Unfortunately, that was the only one I've done so far. Not unfortunately, but good that was the only one that I've done so far. It might not even show up on the body. It's just the fact that I know I did it. Just follow the black line, outline. Just follow the black outline. Don't second guess yourself. You drew it. Yeah, I know it looks a little weird on the reverse side of carving it, but you drew it. Meaning it looked good when drawing it. You just on the reverse side of things. So it's gonna look different from the inside. Working yourself and way on the outside. So don't do anything different by trying to redraw with the X-Acto knife. Have confidence in your work. And that particular layout is done. Now I go to the bottom and complete this as well. So I like to start at the top. Wherever I'm cutting it, I like to. Sometimes I start from the side as well, and then work my way to the top. But I mainly like to start from the top positioning of the theme or the lettering, and just work my way around. And again, that light board is, when I tell you it's key, I tell you this light board is like your best friend when doing a job like this, because it helps you identify your target. Doesn't have to be a very expensive one. I think this one was about $25 on Amazon, something like that. Again, at the beginning of the video, I stressed out how I'm definitely gonna get me a much nicer one, more nicer one, because man, your tools are everything. Your tools are everything. The best mechanics have the best tools. That's why they're so great at what they do. And that's why the great tools cost a little bit more money. That's why. So yeah, I will be definitely upgrading soon. But right now, it's not broke, so I'm not gonna fix it. Now, I don't know if you just saw that little overlapping that I had to do right here. It's a little dip in the body, just off the design from that edge right there. See that edge? So in the inside, remember now, I told you everything is reversed. So with that little hump right there, I had to kind of position. I had to give the knife just a little guide from my finger, so it wouldn't jump off track and go scratch something else up or tear off into something else. So again, that's just a skill that you would pick up, performing and doing these jobs. Because again, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. And this is the more longer version of the theme, because it's a little bit more detailed and drawing and cutting out because of the skull. The skull had quite a few features. But I'm almost done. Well, with the lettering. Nowhere near done, but with the lettering, yeah. Because I'm ready to paint. I can see this thing coming to life already. I am ready to paint. Send this bot off to its to my customer, yeah. If you're tuned in and you have interest in this channel, this video, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, even if it's hard criticism. Even if it's unworthy conversation, it's all good. Gotta take the good with the bad, right? Another thing, when applying the liquid mask, let it cure on its own. You know, sometimes, you know, we can, again, it's all about patience. Sometimes we can be a little impatient and cause ourselves a little bit of havoc by rushing the job. So if you ever sit one of these bodies in front of a heater or just a hot environment, trying to cure the liquid mask so you can get to your next stage, well, let me tell you, that right there, my friends, will cause you to have to purchase another body. Heat and this liquid mask are not friends. They are not friends at all. The heat will actually make it come like a permanent type of material. I mean, it will not come off at all. So just let it cure on its own. Room temperature Now a fan, if you want to sit in front of a fan, that won't be a problem. But I don't even do that. I just go the long way. I put it in the most driest place that I can find, and just let it cure on its own. And again, with the HVLP gun, it will it'll help you identify that problem, because the type of masking that it's applying, it just makes the job so much easier. Make the job so much easier. So we have 2 more letters left, and I'm gonna end the video after that. Of course, I have some more, whole lot of more work to do, but I'm not gonna bore you guys through that portion. I'm just gonna share the carving of this particular theme right here, which is the skull, and the name of the theme, which is Old Stone Cold. Thought it was a pretty good theme that the customer came up with. See if I can look up a little bit more of that particular character and see if I can add a little bit more flavor. And we're almost there. We are almost there. I think I already did this one, but I'm gonna come back and redo it. If you just so happen to redo an area that you've already done, you can feel it. You can feel the X-Acto knife go smoothly into the cut, and it'll just like you can feel when you're actually cutting a new surface, because it you can feel it. It feels like you're cutting a layer of when going over an area that's already been done, it'll just be way smoother. You can feel that cut just take right into the groove and just take its course. So it's nothing wrong with that. The lines will show outside the body, but once you add the paint, yeah, that paint take all that away. So yes, it does leave an indentation on the body itself. Is no different from carving a old piece of wood or something. or some wood rather. Same effect. I mean, the very same effect. But once you apply that paint, all that goes away. It hides those scars. I would do it vertical right here, but I can, you know, it's not that bad where I can't see. So again, it's just all about getting comfortable and familiar. And we are done. We are done with the carving of the lettering, and the skull. Now all I have left is the barbed wire. And I'll do that separately. I will do that separately. So, again, thanks for watching. That's just a little demonstration of however long this video is. That's how long it takes to bring a image like this to life on an RC body. So, you know, so yeah. Anyway, don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment, and thanks for tuning in.